I enjoy to speak English. It is simple and ugly.
Language is simple.
And even things without life-giving sound, whether pipe or harp, except they give a distinction in their sounds, how shall it be known what is piped or harp does sound? For if the trumpet give an uncertain sound, who shall prepare himself to the battle? So likewise ye, except ye utter by the tongue words easy to be understood, how shall it be known what is spoken? For ye shall speak into the air. There are, it may be, so many kinds of voices in the world, and none of them is without signification. Therefore, if I know not the meaning of the voice, I shall be unto him that speaketh a barbarian, and he that speaketh shall be a barbarian unto me. Even so ye, for as much as ye are zealous of spiritual gifts, seek that ye may excel to the edifying of the church. Wherefore, let him that speaketh in an unknown tongue pray that he may interpret. For if I pray in an unknown tongue, my spirit prayeth, but my understanding is unfruitful. What is it then? I will pray with the spirit, and I will pray with the understanding also. I will sing with the spirit, and I will sing with the understanding also. Else when thou shalt bless with the spirit, how shall he that occupieth the room of the unlearned say amen at thy giving of thanks, seeing he understandeth not what thou sayest? For thou verily givest thanks well, but the other is not edified. I thank my God, I speak with tongues more than ye all. Yet in the church I had rather speak 5 words with my understanding, than that by my voice I might teach others also, than 10,000 words in an unknown tongue. Brethren, be not children in understanding, howbeit in malice be ye children, but in understanding be ye men. So that shows me personally that the King James Version, the Greek as well as the Hebrew, is very simple to understand. It's very easy to understand in the English. It was very easy to understand which became the Textus Receptus, and so therefore it's definitely very easy to understand in the English. So I mean, but when you look at other Bible versions today, they can get complicated, convoluted, and putting in words that are kind of hard to understand, and then you kind of got to ask the pastor or preacher, what meanest thou, or what does this mean, in other words. So I mean, it kind of becomes hard, and you're relying on a man to tell you what the Textus Receptus means, and even the Hebrew, what it says, the Greek and the Hebrew, what it says. But you can clearly see the English of the Hebrew text, the Greek text. The underlying Textus Receptus is easy to understand. Why? Because it was easy to understand back then. Before a couple thousand years went by, it was easy to be understood. That's what Paul was making a point at saying. Things easy to be understood. That's what he was saying in the 1 Corinthians there, 14. You have to say things that are easy to be understood so people get what you're saying. So whenever somebody understands something, they can give amen. Then it talks about speaking in tongues and things like that too. Because if you don't understand what somebody's saying, you're like, I have no idea what this dude's saying. He sounds like a barbarian, and I'm probably a barbarian to him, me talking. So words easy to be understood. English is that simple, pure language that we can all understand. And so, therefore, the Authorized Version is way more easier to understand than any version out there, I believe. Any Bible version. So, anyway, of course, that's my opinion, and I think I'm right because of what I've been reading and what I'm reading to you. And I even put in the couple clips with the mummy and the king and the mummy. And think about that. English is a pure language. Hebrew, at that time, the Greek Textus Receptus, the Greek, I'm sorry, not Hebrew, in Hebrew too, was a pure language. It was pure, but it's men that convoluted it. It's men of today that make all these lexicons and add all these things, take away, adding to, that make it more, make it hard to understand. So, how can you understand what the people are saying whenever you have hundreds of years of people mixing things up and convoluting it? That's what they've done. The lexicons. That's what they've done. Was cotton horde all the way down. They mixed up the words. They changed it. They made it impure. It's purest when it came down from the first century. It's purest in the Textus Receptus. It's purest whenever it has the Hebrew and the Textus Receptus in the Authorized Version King James Bible. My opinion, of course, but the evidence shows in the Bible, the real Bible, the true Bible.